All right, and welcome to this week's Ninja Turtle news. I am Jason Sohail,
And my name is Anna.
and we're going to tell you what's been going on, of the big highlights for this week for Ninja Turtle news, and hopefully, um, we won't have technical difficulties like we did last week.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping.
Yes, exactly. So if you guys are in here and you guys were trying to listen to us last week, thanks. And hopefully we won't run into those issues. All right. If you guys don't know, Anna and I, we do a weekly podcast. It's called Turtle Recall, and each week we look at an episode and break it down and talk about it for like 5 hours. People seem to like that for some reason. This week we are looking at the episode Return of the Fly. So it should be really exciting. That's going to come out this Thursday. This right here, we're not doing the podcast. We're just doing the news part. So if you listen to the full podcast, you get to hear this again, but you also get to hear us talk about the episode.
Yes.
All right. So without further ado, let's get started. You ready?
I'm sorry.
All right. So the first thing I want to talk about is, this actually came out last week, the day after we recorded last week, and Playmates released this. And all right. So do you remember? If you remember last week.
There was another box.
Yeah, there was another box. It had it was
like
the
a van.
Yeah, it was the van. It had the movie turtles.
Yes.
All right, so this box right here, this one, it looks like the sewer playset, the old school sewer playset that they used to release like years ago. I mean, it would have been awesome if it was actually the sewer playset. But instead, it's gonna actually have figures inside, and here's where this one gets a little disappointing. The figures, do these guys look familiar to you?
Oh, they're all the classic again?
Yeah, it's all the classic again.
Why they keep making these classic ones?
You just like shouted out pretty much what everyone said on Twitter. Yeah. So last year for San Diego Comic-Con, they released a set like this, except the box was the turtle van. This time, it's the same figures, but different box this time. Instead, this time the box is the sewer. It looks like the sewer playset, like not the actual cartoon sewer, but the actual toy from the thing. But it's coming with the same six figures that the van came with. And if you guys are listening to audio, or if you guys didn't know, it is the four original turtles, and Shredder and Splinter. And it is going to be the same price as the San Diego Comic-Con, which it's almost kind of like, I don't know, like after getting that other van box for $40, this is like more than double it. It's going to be $90.
This one is $90?
Yeah, this was $90. Last year at San Diego Comic-Con, it was also $90.
Why is it so expensive?
I to be honest, I don't know. I mean, because
like
each.
Cool.
Well, you don't think the box is that cool? It's because you didn't grow up with that toy.
I mean, it is cool, but it's not as cool as the van.
Right. Okay. I'll give you that. It would have been cool if like the actual box came with that actual sewer playset, because like.
Yeah, I think it would. I would love to have these with the sewer.
Right.
Thing inside.
Yeah. So. I will say, like, to me, this one's kind of disappointing. And not sure what Playmates is, like, reasoning was for this one, mainly because they did something so similar for San Diego, back in 2020.
Yes.
And it's almost like, okay, so if you got that, you're expecting your consumers to pay another $90 just to get another box? Because the figures, they already have those. And especially like I said, with the Walmart set that was like $40, and you got 6 figures, and 2 of them are there. It's just that they were painted differently.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I would at least paint them differently.
Yeah, like, but yeah, that's what and each of these figures are going to be on like on the card, like it's going to represent the original figures. My guess is that the cards that these are going to be on are they going to be the exact same cards as the San Diego set that came last year.
Uh-huh.
So, but yeah, this is coming out, but this is not the only thing Playmates revealed. There is another set coming as well. So, the other set is this one. And do you see what this box looks like?
Oh, it's the transformer module?
Yeah, it's a transport module.
This is what I want.
Yeah. You know what? You sound like everyone else on Twitter too. This is yes, the box. Okay, so this is the second set. So the first one is the retro sewer set. This is the retro mutant module set because the original toy called it the mutant module, even though the show calls it the transport module. Like there's nothing mutant about it. Yeah. So this box looks like the original toy of the mutant module that Playmates released years ago, and unlike the other boxes that we've seen, like you see at the end, like this one actually has like a little point.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think I think because of that point, it's $10 more because the other one was $90. This is $100. Right. So that extra piece of cardboard right there, it's $10 for you guys. But the best thing actually about this are the 6 figures that are coming inside, because these are 6 figures that some of them we've seen re-releases, but some of them we have not seen re-releases. This we have Krang and the Bubble Walker. We got a Baxter Stockman. We got Rocksteady and Bebop, a Foot Soldier, and my personal favorite action figure when I was growing up, and that's Slash.
Oh, that's so cool.
Right. Yes. So
all of these fit in that box?
All 6 fits in that box. I have no idea how you open this box. I'm wondering if do you open it from this front end?
No, I think it's from the top. Do you see that has a handle?
Oh yeah, I know. I see it has a handle. If you remember, the one we got from Walmart also has a handle. The sewer playset also had a handle. I might have cropped it from the YouTube video. But yeah, all these boxes have handles, all the ones that they release in. But yeah, this is actually pretty cool. Like, again, it's going to be in all 6 of these figures are going to be carded, just like the other ones that we've seen in this style. Like now, I know Krang, Rocksteady, and Bebop. Those 3 have had re-releases in the past. So we've I actually have those 3 still on his card from the past, not like from the original figures. Foot Soldier, I'm like drawing a blank on. I can't remember if they ever re-released Foot Soldier, but Slash, I know Slash there were plans to in the 25th anniversary, but that release either had a limited release or never got released. I can't remember which one was it. Baxter never had a modern day re-release.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's actually cool. Like, I mean, to be honest, like I said, it's $100. It's $100. It's $10 more than the sewer one.
Which company is this?
This is Playmates. This is the one that originally made the Ninja Turtle figures. It's $10 more than the sewer one, which I mean, I guess because of that extra piece of cardboard, which it shouldn't be. That I can tell you, that's not 10 pieces. That's not $10 worth of cardboard right there. But the fact is that we got these are more rare figures that they have not been churning out as much as the other ones. So that's actually what's pretty cool, and that's why a lot more people have been going for this one than the sewer one, mainly because the sewer one is the same figures that came with the van from last year.
Yes, I they should have done something with that.
Right. No, I agree. Now I'm gonna say this right now. I personally I think both prices are too
Hi.
expensive. Yeah, they're high, especially when Playmates like gave us the other one for $40. And I mean, when you look at these figures, average action figures are like $10, like something about this size, and like they're much they're much more than especially for something that was released like almost 30 years ago. Like it's just mold. These are just like action figure molds they've had for years. It's not like they're making new ones,
Yes.
right? But at the same time, if you want these figures, it's cheaper to go with these than trying to get like the old vintage ones on eBay.
Oh.
So so if you want the figures and you're not and and it's okay for you to have them in a modern produced fashion. Then these are a great deal, especially the villain set. I will say the villain set is like hands down like the best one out of the two. Mainly because of like
Crank.
yeah, of course you would say Krang, but yes, I would say Krang. Now I'm gonna say this. Playmates, you've done Krang, and in his bubble walker. It's been years since you've been released the android body of that Krang. That's something like as a kid I always wanted, and for some reason my parents never got it, and like and actually, well, I probably didn't get it because now I'm thinking about it, I didn't have Krang itself. Because the original action figures, what they did was you had to get Krang in that bubble walker,
Uh-huh.
and then the android body, which was like huge, like it was supposed to represent him like grown.
Uh-huh.
Like that was like I don't know, I think like $25 at the time or something like that. That was expensive for a kid, okay? Like now $25 gets you like like a 6-inch action figure, but but yeah but it was the android body, for that Krang, but it didn't actually come with Krang itself. Like
Uh-huh.
it was just a body, and you had to buy the other figure to go with it.
Uh-huh.
And like growing up, I never actually had the actual Krang figure, and it wasn't because we didn't want it. It was mainly because we never saw the android body and the bubble walker at the same time. And then when we when we discovered that they made like a normal size of the android body Krang
Uh-huh.
that like goes with like with the other characters, we got that one instead.
Uh-huh.
Like because you've seen that my classic one, my
Yes,
classic Krang.
yes, yes.
Yeah. We went with that one instead because we know Krang with the android body when we wanted him to like talk to Shredder and not like look down on Shredder because like the android body was just huge. So that's everything from Playmates. If you guys want to order them, we have the links in the description of our YouTube video. And if you're listening to the audio podcast, the links will be in the description of the audio podcast as well. If you guys want to pre-order them, and and if you missed out on the sewer playset, not the sewer playset, on the van playset, and you're like, hey, I wanted these figures, you now have a chance to get those 6 figures again. And I mean, and if you want to wait, I don't blame you because as we see, Playmates keeps releasing, especially those 6 figures. They've been really like we've
keep
been
making it.
yeah, they keep making it.
I have a feeling they are making enough money that each year they probably want to come with a new just packaging.
Right. Well, that and like right now, Playmates doesn't have a series right now because Rise, and I got some slack from you guys from saying this because I said it ended last week. No, the official status is paused, but Rise has paused mainly due to low sales of the figures. And I know I'm going to hear heat from the Rise fans for saying that because they keep trying to prove to me that they got low sales because it wasn't available. But I'm telling you right now, Rise figures were like everywhere. But you know. Rise fans, you can come at me, but right now they just don't have right now because they don't have a series to go with it, and obviously the next thing is the movie that we know that's coming, and that's probably still in early production that they probably don't have that they don't actually have designs yet for those characters.
Yeah.
So right now they're probably just like, hey, let's just keep re-releasing some of our older stuff. And you see they're doing it more as a collector kind of thing instead of keeping it on the store shelves on a regular basis. And that's probably because they know like if they try to do that, it's probably going to be more cost for them. Like just trying to have things maintain that. So they want to create that. Hey, here's another collector's item. Here's another collector's item. So that's what they're thinking is, and then we're gonna keep seeing this for a while until like either a new series comes out on Nickelodeon or the movie comes out in theaters, and then that's when Playmates gets back to like, okay, we're making toys and it's for kids again instead of collectors. All right, so we talked about Playmates. You ready to talk about Neca? Because, we are the Neca network.
Yes.
All right. So, Neca today has released their final packaging for the Vernon and Rat King set.
That's so cool.
Yes. I
love Vernon.
Vernon looks really cool. I'm actually really excited for Vernon. Here's my only gripe about Vernon now. Because on the package, we have like this menacing Rat King who looks like he's about to attack this worried Vernon.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we don't have a head of this worried Vernon. I would have loved this like scared, worried Vernon alternate head. I know he's gonna have a rat alternate head.
Yeah.
but this is such his character.
That's
And
so
like
cool.
I mean, we have it in the package, but we don't actually have it in the actual figure. But yeah. But
we have Endangered Dog joining us.
oh, Endangered Dog! Woohoo! Yeah, Turtle. Oh, you love Rat King. So it's funny because a lot of people, Endangered Dog let us know that he loves Rat King. I'm just saying, like a lot of people when they see this, they're like so excited for Rat King. You know who I'm excited for?
Vernon.
Vernon. I am so excited for Vernon. I mean, I see
a camera too, isn't it?
Yeah, because Vernon holds the camera. Because
Yeah.
all right, Vernon, who's like, we don't know what his job is.
This is the first time they make Vernon and Rat King?
This is the first time Neca has made Vernon and Rat King.
Uh-huh.
Playmates has made Vernon before. Growing up, growing up, I never owned Vernon. Actually, I never owned Rat King either. But we do have a Rat King. If you remember, we went to a convention and we picked up Rat King because you looked at it and like, Endangered Dog says boo. Yeah, I hope that boo's for like people who don't want Vernon. But I'm more excited for Vernon than I am for Rat King. Yeah. Oh,
Extra rats.
Yes. So the Rat King actually comes with rats. I'm gonna talk about. Yeah. I'm gonna talk about that in a few seconds. But I never owned Vernon because they made figures for Vernon and Burn Thompson. And they also made Irma. My brother and I, we got Irma, but we didn't get Vernon or Burn Thompson because at that age we didn't care. I don't. Yeah. At that age we didn't care about those characters. But I'm telling you right now, like now that I'm older and wiser, I totally want Totally want action figures of. I'm so glad Vernon's coming out, and then we need Vern Thompson and Irma to come out as well. But yeah, so I do want to talk about the Endangered Dog. Talked about the rats, and so Rat King comes with, I think, 3 rats. It's like 3 or 4 rats. I can't remember how many are right now. In the package right here that we see. It's clear that it's 4. As I counted like just now. So there might be a 5th one like underneath the logo that says Ninja Turtles on it. But what's cool is that the way that they designed the rats is that you can actually like, because they had like promotional photos where the rats like actually can rest on his arms, like he's like talking to him.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's actually pretty cool. I know Neca doesn't really do pegs, so I'm thinking like they just made it like it could just balance in there. And then from like what I'm seeing from the tails, maybe the tails can also act as hooks or something like that. We'll know when we get it, or like when I analyze the photo more. But I've never been a photo analyzer. I never like did that kind of stuff. But it's actually really cool. But yeah, you can have like the on there, and I know we mentioned this before. Vernon you can actually transform him into the rat, because there's an episode where Vernon and Irma turn into rats, and Rat King controls them.
This Vernon, you can transfer to the rat?
Yeah. You can transform into a rat. So if you see here in the corner, you see that there's a rat head on here. That's not a creepier Splinter. No, that's creepy rat Vernon.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Yeah, so, and then you can also change his arms for the rat arms as well.
That's cool.
Yeah, so, I'm really excited about this. This is like right now, like my favorite of combination. I cannot wait for this release, because, like, I didn't want Vernon until, like, I was probably in college. And then by that time I got to college, that's like when his like price shot up. And so I've always like wanted a Vernon figure, and this one is a much better looking Vernon figure than the original Playmates figure. So I can't wait for this. This is gonna be. I know a lot of people are excited about this because of Rat King. As I said, I am a minority. I am more excited for Vernon. I actually posted on Twitter, like,
I already got a boo. You don't want another boo.
I know. I don't want another boo. I'm sorry. You're right. I don't. I don't want another boo. All right. So that was pretty much like the major things that happened in the past week. But I do want to talk about something that we didn't get a chance to talk about. That we didn't get the chance to talk about because we had our winter break, and we. I got another boo. You see that? Sorry. But yeah, we're going to talk about one other thing we didn't get a chance, and we hinted about it last week, and that is the turtle van from Neca. All right. So, you guys on YouTube, this is not the Neca turtle van. This is the classic turtle van.
Yeah.
Because the Neca turtle van, they don't actually have a prototype of it yet. But some really cool things. Hold on for 1 second. I see that Endangered Dog says he did have a cool voice. So if you guys don't know, Vernon is voiced by Peter Renaday, who was also Splinter. Yeah. And Rat King, because I don't know which is who had the cool voice. Rat King is voiced by Townsend Coleman, who's also Mikey. Yeah. All right. So back to the turtle van. So Neca is doing a turtle van, and they've, like, in the Fushpa podcast that came out like a couple of weeks ago, or actually a few weeks ago now, I should say. They were describing it, and Tyler from NECA didn't actually have a prototype of it yet, but he was explaining some of the things, and they're making it very cartoon accurate. And now, to make it cartoon accurate also means that you have to, like, cheat, because you know this van cheated a lot. Now,
those sides that they come out and
right, you're right, exactly. So the doors. Let's
yeah,
talk about the doors.
yes.
One thing he mentioned was okay. So the original turtle van only had one door, and it came with a gun, on it, and and the so their turtle van is going to have two doors. Like they're going to have the side door that flips down that was on the other side, and then they're going to have this one that that opens up
Uh-huh.
that where you can have the turret.
Uh-huh.
And they also said there's going to be like multiple doors that you can change it, so you can change it into like a normal doors. And you can take the turret out, and I think there was a mention in there. He mentioned how like the turret sometimes you would see it folded in to the door.
Uh-huh.
So it's gonna have like just some like just customizations that you can do
That's so
to
cool.
like accommodate the thing. And then he basically mentioned also that there's gonna be like a battle mode for it. So like you can have like the turrets, like the ceiling is gonna have like some like pop up thing, for like when the turtles need to look out or anything like that. He even said because like there's some episodes there was a dome, some episodes there weren't a dome, so you can take the dome on or off.
That's so
You're right.
cool.
So let's talk about the seats. One thing I don't think he mentioned, I'm pretty sure this is not happening. I don't think you can like stretch out the van to have all four turtles sit in the front and then squish it to make only two sit in the front. I don't think that's coming there. I mean, if that is, good on you, Neca, because I think that's the only thing I'm missing right now is I want a chance to have put all four turtles in the front, like
Oh,
how
that's
somehow they did it in the show. Yeah, I mean, throughout his that podcast, he was mentioning how many times the show cheated to do what they wanted to do. Like, and that was a big cheat that the show did. It was like sometimes it fit four, but so the seats, he said that like you can put a wall there, like so that you can't see behind
uh-huh.
that area, or you could take it off so you can see like the people behind it.
That's so
Yeah. So you can have that. He also said the inside is going to have like you can actually change out the walls in the inside where you can have like the computers like the for Donatel's computer
uh-huh.
inside, which is like really cool. And but you can also he was also mentioning that there's going to be like this weapons rack kind of thing that really wasn't shown in the cartoon, but it's known that the turtle van has like a lot of weapons that was like stored inside, mainly because of one of the episodes that came out where the foot soldiers were just emptying the turtle van and they're just finding lots of weapons
That's so
inside. It was it. I'm reading. Sorry, I'm reading what Endangered Dog's reading. He says,
uh,
"T-Can is my favorite vehicle. Had Technodrome. Oh. I think the autocorrect went can to van.
yes.
Yes. That's cool. I own I still own the party wagon, and I actually bought the 25th anniversary one, and it's still sealed. I'm gonna open it because a sealed box is just like okay, that's just a box, a cardboard box. You can't actually see the toy inside.
Yes.
But I just first gotta like find a good place to put the van. But I never owned the Technodrome though. But I always loved the turtle van. I just remember the door. So the original toy, when you lift it up, the door would like fling open, and like sometimes the door would just like fly out because of how fast it would go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Uh, so the turtle van's also going to have lights and sounds. I mean, this thing sounds like amazing. This thing sounds like a child's dream and a Ninja Turtles fan dream as well. Like, because we never had a van like this. I mean, growing up, we just had this van where it was you can put two turtles in the front and and you can put a turtle over there holding the gun, and there's no seatbelt for that turtle, so that more than likely that turtle like flies out. And then the other ones, then he had this bench seat, and in the instruction says you can sit four, or as many as you can stuff in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Oh gosh. All right. So,
You have Jose.
Jose
joining
Jr.
us.
is here. Well, how's it going, Jose Jr.? And uh, and Danger Dog Ox agreed with us that yes, you have to open the box.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I'm gonna say this for action figures. For carded figures, like when it's on the card and if it's displayed cool on the card, I usually don't open it. Just because I like the way it looks, and uh, and then but for if it's a box and there's no window in the box,
Yeah, there's no way.
you have to open it. I mean, because if there's no window, why do you have it? I mean, because did you just pay like
Not to see it.
yeah, not to see it? I mean, it's always like it annoys me. It's like the people who buy video games and keep the video game sealed. I'm like no, you gotta buy the video. Like you bought a video game to play the video game. You didn't the box art looks cool, but you could take the game out of the box and still have the box art.
Yes, exactly.
Jose Jr. is also he's also excited about the turtle van. He's also mentioned the turtle lair. They did make so in that when they were talking about the turtle van, they did talk about the lair. They didn't have much to say about the lair because I don't think they're in. I don't think Neca right now is in the stages to of like anywhere close to the layer, but they're talking about like what they want to do for the layer, because with the layer, they want to make sure that they have important rooms, like they have like the training room and like the living room, the most important room in the layer, the living room, and if we have the living room, we better have that TV with the with the books as the fourth leg, and but yeah, they're just mentioning how they're gonna try to do that. Just how it translates into toy.
Yes.
They didn't so they mentioned about the turtle layer. It's gonna come out. They just haven't. They don't have much of it yet, and so that's why I didn't concentrate on the turtle layer. But basically, they pretty much said that the van is done. They just don't have a prototype of it yet, and the van is also going to have lights and sounds on it too.
So cool.
It sounds so cool. And I'm gonna say this right now. That van sounds like a $200 van. Like, I mean, there's no way that this van is going to be cheaper than $150.
I'm just hoping that they make enough that it
Right.
won't be like one of those that.
Yes. Now I'm gonna say this, like something like that. I'm hoping, and they did kind of hint that this might be like one of those that they sell on their website. And hopefully they do that. Hopefully it's like one of those they sell on the website and they do a pre-order system like they did with the cartoon diorama set that should be shipping out sometime soon. And so hopefully they'll do that with the van. Also with the turtle layer. If they ever once they do that, hopefully because these bigger items. They're not really good store items, because when you have like something like big and expensive, stores are hesitant to get it so they'll only order so much of it because it takes up so much shelf space, and all it does is just makes it harder for people who actually want it. And I mean, so that's why I'm hoping like these bigger items, like I'm hoping these don't hit the stores and they just go direct online, just because of that, because big items are a retailer's nightmare, because when you order too much of them, you don't sell them and they have to like discount it at a hefty price. But if they don't order enough, and because they don't want to order so much of it, they don't want to clog up the shelves, because it's easier to clog up a shelf with a smaller box item, because you can put in multiples in there. You can keep putting stuff in there. But if you get like four of these vans, like 4 vans is gonna like cover up like at least like area for like 10 action figures.
Yes, that's
And
true.
yeah, so that's that's why I'm thinking, like, I'm hoping, like, they don't actually put this in stores and they actually put it
Online.
online. And, like, or they could put it in stores, just give stores, like, I don't know, like, 4 max or something like that, just so they can make their profits from it. But yeah, that's my thing. Oh, okay. Something I totally forgot to mention about Vernon uh, and Rat King. I'm already like blanking out on the other person who comes with Vernon. Sorry, Endangered Dog. But something I forgot to mention about Vernon and Rat King is that
Looks like you're getting the third book.
no, I think I will get the third boo. That set is slated to be released by the end of this month or the beginning of February. So to be honest, I won't be surprised. Okay, here's my theory. What's going to happen? I think starting next week, like we're gonna start seeing people in the West Coast like have it, and they're gonna take pictures like, hey, look,
We're awesome.
we're awesome. We got Rat King and Vernon over here, and then we're gonna see on Macari and eBay, and it's gonna go being sold for like $500, and then people are like freaking out, it's like, oh my gosh, I need to get this. It's gonna sell out, and then like by like the first week of February, or like maybe the second week of February, we start seeing like other people start like in other Target stores start getting it, and um and then we just kind of and then like kind of everything like evens out, and then like hopefully it'll be like a Splinter and Baxter where like the Targets have like a ton of these figures. All right. Jose Jr. asks us, what do he think about the Playmates Mutant Module and Eternal Layer set? That is a great. Obviously, Jose has came in later. We've spent 25 minutes actually talking about them. But just a recap on what we think
Yes.
of them. Oh, we think that the sewer. We think that the sewer playset is. We think the sewer playset's kind of lazy. Just because it's the same figures from the van, and I think asking $90 again
That's too much.
is too much for arguably a really cool box art.
Yes.
The Mutant Module, even though it's $10 more for an extra piece of cardboard, is worth the buy only because of the figures that come inside. Because especially Baxter and Slash, you really don't see them get re-released so much. Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. You know what, Jose? You could do us a favor, and then once this one ends, you can just like go and like rewind and watch from the beginning. but over here, Jose has ordered it for the cool box art.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, and I agree. The box art's cool. I think the asking price for the box. If it was $40, I would like order. I would actually order the other sewer playset.
Yes.
The Playmates kind of shot themselves in the foot, because we've seen that they can release a cool art box with 6 figures for $40, and then they're going back and asking for almost $100. Thank you, Jose. You're awesome. But that is everything that we have for this week. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for chiming in, Jose and Endangered Dog. You got this is our favorite part, is interacting with you guys.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it makes it really cool. And we forgive Jose for being late. He said he's gonna go back and watch.
Yes.
But yeah. That's all we have. Remember, this Thursday we're releasing the full podcast where we're going to be talking about the episode Return to Fly, and we actually we talked about some of the characters that's going to be in that episode too.
I know.
All right.
It's gonna be fun.
It's going to be really fun. All right. Thank you for joining us. We will be back next week to talk about other stuff. Hopefully. Well, we still have stuff to catch up with anyway. But hopefully we get some other cool news, especially unexpected stuff. That's always the fun ones.
Yes, exactly.
All right.